headed to get Brett's motor today. We just got off work a little bit ago, so we are heading that way, pick up a motor he found online. I called and talked to the guy and said it's available, so we're going to go down and look at it and hopefully pick it up.
Yep, like Braden said, we're headed to Ashley, Ohio, to a place called J&J Auto Salvage there. I almost got us down into southern Columbus because there is a place called J&J Auto down there, and that's where we were headed, and because I knew the way most of the way. And luckily, before we got on the outer belt, I checked the GPS and it was like, go way north. So I was like, oh, hey, we're going the wrong way. So we're hightailing it up there right now. We're heading up there because I found a running TSX K24A2. That is the engine I would like to swap into my car. They're pound for pound, they're putting out about 10% more torque across the board. So long story short, the way this idea came about, because I had a 600 horsepower B series, so why stop there? I found an all-wheel drive kit. I didn't find it, Braden found it online, being sold by the guy that made my turbo manifold for my B series. That guy has never done me wrong. He's the owner of BDK Performance in Cleveland. His name's Alfredo Ortiz, super good guy, always tries to help out. Couldn't say enough good things about it. So he had this all-wheel drive kit for a K series. It's out of a 2005 CRV 5-speed. He's selling it for less than what the transmission was worth. Anyway, that spawned the going K series route, and then I called this junkyard and bought this engine sight unseen. I hadn't even seen the pictures of it yet, but after I bought it, they're like, yeah, dude, this thing runs, it's in the car, it free revs, it does everything except drive fine, because the car was wrecked pretty hard, but luckily the engine compartment was still intact, so I can be pretty sure this engine's okay. So when we get up there, we'll show you guys what we got in the back of the truck when we finally get it loaded, and go from there. All right, guys, we are pulling into the salvage yard now. I hope this is the right entrance. I think so. Looks to be. Holy cow, this is someone's driveway. Oh, all right.
Well.
All right, we're here now, I think. Holy cow, I just missed the entrance. Somebody was coming up my ass coming in here, but. All right, we're gonna walk in here, try to talk the talk, walk the walk, get ourselves an engine, make some power. Let's go. All right, man, looks pretty good.
It's really good.
It's like a 160,000 mile engine, don't you think?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Nice for it.
Can't wait to get this in the car. Oh yeah, man, looks good. I think it actually looks really good.
Thank you.
Thanks again, man, I appreciate it. Take it easy. What you got? Yeah.
If I'm not showing something, call me.
Sounds good.
I probably got Acuras and Hondas, 150 cars.
You got any silver 99 2000 Civics? Because I need a set of front fenders. I'll buy right now if you got them.
So let's go for
This will be awesome if you got these. Everywhere. Pretty cool. What an experience that was, man. This is a pretty good run here. We just got done at J&J Auto Parts. We're heading back to my house to put the engine there for now while I clear out spot in the main shop to make space for this thing. But sounds like we got a new plug on junkyard parts.
Yeah, no doubt. Guy hooked us up real well. He was a super nice guy.
Next run, we're going to Cleveland on Saturday to pick up the all-wheel drive system. So that'll be next. We got the engine in the shop, sitting right next to the car. This is a K24A2 K24A2 out of a 2007 TSX. As you can see, maybe not, right there, K24A2. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. 2.4 liter. I know I could have gone to the K20, made some more power, but I went for torque because we are going all-wheel drive. So I wanted the torque to spin the drive line, and you know, I had a 1.6 liter, so I've never known anything about torque, so that'll be cool. So this thing, next step, get rid of the intake manifold, get rid of the exhaust manifold, drive plate, a couple other things. I'll simplify it a little bit. But as this engine sits, as you see it right now, that is how it's going in the car. The only thing I'm going to take it apart for is if I fire it up in the car and I hear a noise. That's it. The way we picked up this engine is how it's going in the car. Stock from head cover to oil pan, turbocharged, and I'm going to put it on the dyno just like that. What do you think about that? Hell yeah. So that is the deal for this engine. So I am very excited to get all of this junk out of here, those mounts specifically. A couple other things I might clean up, these brake lines that were meant to clear the battery and the evap box and stuff, so I'll get that taken care of. I'll get that broken axle out of here and replace it with another factory Advanced Auto's finest Victim. Fuel lines I think are going to be fine for now. They supported 600 on the B16 just fine, so I'm going to leave those. But next step, we're going to go to Cleveland, pick up the all-wheel drive drivetrain, get the transmission and the engine hung in here so that I can start doing my wiring, I can start doing plumbing, start thinking about what turbo kit I want to run, and get this thing ready to go for next season. Once I get all of that figured out up here and I've got it front wheel drive, I'll start worrying about the rear wheel drive stuff. But the really cool thing about these Honda all-wheel drive transmissions is you can take out the prop shaft and run them front wheel drive just fine. They're none the wiser. If the season does come around and I don't have the all-wheel drive kit done yet, at least it'll be front wheel drive where I can, you know, shake it down and get it rolling. So I think right now, since we've got the engine back, the car's pretty much prepped for it to go in for the most part, a little bit of work. I think next steps go to Cleveland.
Go to Cleveland.
Ready to go to Cleveland?
Ready.
Let's go to Cleveland. One more thing before we go to Cleveland. You guys see all this stuff behind me? All this crap? It's got to go. It's good stuff. Right here. B16 CSS high horsepower studded block.
Bosin.
Manly H-beam rods, CP 9.8 to 1 pistons.
Bosin.
That's right. This is an OE distributor with a Speed Factory cap on it for COP kit.
Bosin.
Yep. This is a micro-polished B16 crank.
Bosin.
Balanced. This is a B16 head, free of valve train, GSC springs and retainers, polished ports.
Bosin.
Yep. What are these?
GSR.
GSR camshafts.
Bosin.
Yep. Edelbrock Victor X manifold with an AEM fuel rail for B series.
Bosin.
Skunk 2 throttle body.
Bosin.
74 millimeter. Ooh. Injectors?
No, not for sale.
Not for sale, that's right. M Factory diff. Could we break it?
Nope.
Couldn't break it.
Bosin.
Both sale. GSR case.
Bosin.
That is OE parts. OE parts. Gears. What gears you want? They can go in there. This engine made 601 366 at 30 PSI on a whole set turbo off a 5.9 Cummins on E85.
Yep.
Yes, it did. I will put this engine back together with new piston rings, new bearings, new thrust bearings, and a brand new JE standard size head gasket. I will put it back together, $3,800 OBO.
For sale.
That's right. It is Saturday, and you know what that means. It is time to go to Cleveland. So I am up here at Braden's place, getting ready to pick him up, and we are about to take off. So that being said, let's get rolling.
Hey.
Ready to go to Cleveland?
Ready to go to Cleveland.
Let's go to Cleveland.
Let's rock.
All right, since I biffed the GPS so badly last time, you're up.
Let's see here.
So earlier in the video, you saw that I was taking us to Southern Columbus, and then I changed up and got us on the right.
EK Performance.
There we go.
In 1.2 miles, turn left onto
Okay.
Lubricants Road.
I think we got it figured out this time. I put Braden in charge because last time I was trying to send us to Southern Columbus to J&J Auto rather than to way north of Columbus to J&J Auto Salvage. So this time around I put him in charge because last night I, for some reason, thought we were going to Cincinnati and we're going to Cleveland. I've been to this place before. I don't know what's up with me right now, but we got it figured out. We'll be there in a couple hours. Oh, lights are still on. All right, guys. We are at BDK Performance. Let's go in here, pick up some parts, and get out of here. All right, let's go in here and see what he's got. Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus. There we go. Oh, God, we're going to die. Die in Cleveland. All right, we just left BDK. We got Brett's all-wheel drive system back there somewhere.
Tough to see, but it's
Tough to see. It's there.
Transmission's broken up.
We promise. How you feeling?
I feel good about it. I mean, it's definitely got some miles on it, but it's a perfect starter kit, man. It's I'm honestly really excited. Like it's transfer case. It's everything we need. So it'll get me going. And Alfredo sold it to me to a killer good price. But even better yet, I asked him if he had an intermediate shaft, and I was standing there ready to buy it. Dude just handed it to me. Like he's the most giving dude. Like he just wants to see people succeed. So I'm pulling for Alfredo, and we didn't record anything while we were in his shop just because, you know, I don't think it get weird about.
Yeah.
I don't want to record anything he's got going on, but rest assured that guy is legit and he's a good dude, and I really enjoyed doing business with him. So he hooked me up here. So let's get this stuff home and get it unloaded and set next to the engine, and I'll get clutch, flywheel, and some bolts, and we'll get it hung in the car. So
All right.
man,
Ready to go to Marysville? Ready to go to Marysville?
I'm ready to go to Marysville.
Let's go to Marysville. Headed back to Cleveland, take 2.
We might be a little scatterbrained today. Scatterbrained so badly, in fact, that we went to BDK to pick up an all-wheel drive driveline, and we forgot to grab the diff. So we're headed back to BDK, and we're gonna get the diff, and then we're gonna go home. All right, we are back with these parts. They're all home safe. I got some cleaning up to do. Let's get them in the other room. Seems like the big parts kind of done. I mean, we got the intermediate shaft for the front, what is that? The front right axle. We've got the 2 rear axles, the rear diff, the transfer case, the transmission. We got the engine. We still need a clutch and flywheel, right, Braden? On the other side of the car is where we put the drive shaft, but yeah, I mean, this is the big stuff here. And next step's going to be clutch, flywheel, and then get some mounts so I can get it hung in the car, and at least get this stuff hung in the car. I'm not worried about the rear drive stuff just yet because I still got to buy a bunch of stuff for that, and honestly, that'll go in the car and just work. So for now, put everything in the car in the front, get it moving, get it shaken down, get some wires on it, and go from there with the rear end. But yeah, I think the biggest part right now for me is just going to be getting the car driving. So we're going to check through all the gears, make sure this thing rotates, and you know, just double check it. This is really the only way you can check a manual transmission without putting power to it. So when you move your lever in a K series, the late model D series, and honestly any manual transmission anymore besides the V and D series, you used to move a bar that attached down here. Well, now you move cables. So when you're doing side to side to select the bank of gears, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5R, you're moving this arm. So that's reverse. And it makes a lot of noise and goes backwards. So that works. So I go to 5th. Makes less noise and goes forward. That should be 4. A little slower. 3. A little slower. 2. A little slower. And then 1. Super slow. Feels good. No catches, nothing like that. So then to see the difference in the output shaft, just to show that we went from 1st to 5th. So this is 1st and then 5th. Oh, that's reverse. 5th. You see the difference in speed there. looks good. I can work with it. Whatever's wrong with it from here, I can figure out. And the diff. Diff does good. Rotates. Doesn't feel too bad. I'm impressed. I think this is a good kit. Transfer case. Feels good. I think I've got enough to get me rolling here. So get it up and going, and then tackle any other issues from there. So all of this stuff, the way it sits, is how it's going in the car. I'm gonna beat it up right off the get-go.